Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video in the Fixed Assets Acquisition playlist. In the video today, I will explain the second acquisition process, which is Fixed Asset Acquisition against an automatic offsetting entry. I will explain the process and I will show you a demo on SAP S/4HANA 2022. We use this process when we want to split the asset acquisition into two different transactions. One transaction for the receipt of the supplier invoice and one transaction for the receipt of the asset itself. And this is a very used option in real life because normally we receive the invoice in a different time than when we receive the asset itself. So let's say, for example, we order something online. Then we have the supplier invoice, but we did not receive the asset yet. So we cannot post the asset acquisition until we receive it. In this case, we can use this option. And also it doesn't require integration with material management. There is another process that's integrated with material management that we will see in future videos. So the first transaction in this process is to post a debit to the fixed assets account and a credit to an offsetting account. And the second transaction, we post a debit to the same offsetting account and a credit to the supplier accounts payable. So this way the offsetting account is cleared, it has a balance of 0, and we end up having a debit to the assets and a credit to the supplier accounts payable. These two transactions can happen in any order. So we can start with the fixed asset acquisition or we can start with the supplier invoice. Now I will start with the asset acquisition against an offsetting account. To do this, we go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Fixed Assets, Posting, Acquisition, External Acquisition, Acquisition with Automatic Offsetting Entry. Again, before we post any asset acquisition, we have to create the fixed asset master data. But we also have an option in this transaction to create a fixed asset. So here, if you check in the header, we have the company code, and then we have an existing asset or a new asset. So if I click on new asset, then click on master data, it will take me exactly to the same screen as the one we saw in the asset creation transaction AS01. It is the same thing. For now, I already have a fixed asset that I'm going to use. So I will click on existing asset, and my asset is in 203, enter. And here I can insert the document date. So let's say it will be 26/10/2022. We have also the posting date and the asset value date. This is the one that I told you it will control how the values are calculated in fixed asset. So let's say, for example, today we are buying this asset, but I would like the asset depreciation to start from beginning of December for any reason. So here I will put the asset value date as 01/12/2022. Then we have the amount posted. So let's say that the amount is 10,000 and then post. Now the transaction has been posted. We can go to the asset master data from here, from environment, asset master. So here we have our fixed asset master data. And if you check in the posting information, the capitalized on is 01/12/2022. Even though the posting date was 26/10, but because the asset value date was 01 December, 01/12, this is what we have here, which means the asset depreciation and everything will start as if the asset was acquisitioned in the beginning of December. Now, if I go to asset values, here we can see the acquisition. So we have acquisition production cost 10,000. The ordinary depreciation planned until the end of the year is 166. If we go to posted values here, we can see the planned depreciation. As you see, we only have planned depreciation for December because according to the asset value date, this asset is acquisitioned only in the beginning of December. This is why we don't have any depreciation in November. Now, if I go back to planned values, here we can see the transactions that were posted for the asset acquisition. Here we have our acquisition transaction that was posted in 01/12/2022 asset value date. We can also display the posting date if we want by changing the layout from here. And the amount is 10,000. Transaction type is 100, which came automatically because we used the transaction for posting against an offsetting account, which is an external asset acquisition. Now, if we double click here, we can see the financial entry. So we have a debit to the fixed assets and we have a credit to clearing asset acquisition. And here is our clearing account number, which came automatically from the configuration. Now I will copy this GL account because I will also use the same account for my supplier invoice posting. Now to post the supplier invoice, I will go to another screen, /O, create, and then go to accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, and invoice, or the transaction code FB60. Here I will insert my supplier AG02. So we record this transaction when we actually receive the supplier invoice. And the invoice date, let's say it will be the same date, 26/10/2022. Reference is asset acquisition. And here I will insert my GL account number. And the amount is 10,000. We can also choose if there are any taxes included. I will keep it without taxes for now, and the total amount will also be 10,000. And post. Now we can display the financial entry from document display. Here we have a credit to the supplier and a debit to the clearing asset acquisition. So now the asset acquisition has a credit for 10,000 in the first posting, a debit for 10,000 in the second, so it has a value of 0. And there we have a debit to the fixed assets for 10,000 and a credit to the supplier's accounts payable for 10,000. And this is the full process. Before I end the video, let me show you where we can find the transaction for fixed asset acquisition against an automatic offsetting entry in SAP Fiori. So if you go to SAP Fiori in the application finder, under asset accounting operational processing, here we have the transaction for asset acquisition with automatic offsetting entry. So this is the transaction, click here. And again, we follow exactly the same steps as in SAP GUI. If you don't know how to find the SAP Fiori application finder, or if you don't understand how to navigate in SAP Fiori, again, I already created videos explaining this. I will leave you a link here on YouTube. I hope you found this video useful. I will see you again in the next video when I explain how to post fixed asset acquisition with integration with materials management. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.